Hi guys, I'm finally back. Dazzie's Comic Book Hauls, episode 180. It's been an age. Happy New Year to you. I hope you had a fantastic festive period. I certainly did. Now I've been quiet. I haven't posted a haul video for about a month, but that doesn't mean to say I haven't been out there hunting. I've got another massive haul planned for a couple of weeks' time, for which I picked up at the recent Birmingham Comic Con. But this is a haul that the majority of these books came from a trip to Bristol. Loads of keys, cheap as chips, you know how I roll. But before we continue, if I could perhaps ask you for a subscription, a like, a share, a comment, ding that bell for notifications. It all really helps my low grade productions. Okay, so I always find it nice when a nothing issue becomes a something issue. And this was the case with this book. I noticed it was appearing in several top 10s and top 20s. And I saw this book on the list and I thought, well, I've got one issue that I picked up in a random multi-pack of Nithman. And it happened to be the book on the list, believe it or not. So I'm going to show you Nithman, issue 11. Now, this is the first appearance of the female Silver Surfer. Now, there's rumours that we are going to get an iteration of the female Silver Surfer in the MCU. I'd like personally to get the original, but you know, I know a lot of people don't mind the gender swaps. I don't mind it personally if the character's done well. This is the first appearance of the first female Silver Surfer, and that is Dr. Candy Goodstroke. This book was going upwards of around about 10 quid on a good day a few weeks ago. I actually picked this one up for a couple of quid in the Imaginarium in Weston. And I picked this one up because I picked up a grab bag that had the first appearance of Ghost in, I think, in Iron Man 219. That book came along with it, so we'll see where it goes. It probably is a nothing issue. I certainly wouldn't go out my way to spend a lot of money on it. Let's get into the books that I have acquired recently. Starting with a book that I picked up in a local antique centre here in Gloucester. Like I said, the majority of these books come from Bristol, but I'm going to start off with a couple of Gloucester books. And this is Star Wars Darth Maul, issue number 1. Now, this is the first Darth Maul solo series, and I'm toying with the idea of keeping this one because I know Ray Park does the convention scene here in the UK. I saw him once at the Birmingham Con. Wouldn't mind getting this one signed. This is the photo variant. 3 quid for this one. Goes upwards of around about 10 to 12. Had to pick that one up. I do like the character of Darth Maul. A couple of £1 books I picked up at the local gaming shop. And this is Green Arrow, issue number 1. Again, around about a £10 book in high grade. This one's quite nice. This is the Kevin Smith run of Green Arrow. And as you know, it was the Arrowverse and the Arrow TV show that got me invested in this great hobby. I actually have a signed book that I found on my hunts. It's a Spider-Man Black Cat book that Kevin Smith scripted. So happy to add that to the PC. If you ever get a chance, go and watch Comic Book Men, starring Kevin Smith and a few of his geeky buddies. They own a shop. I think I watched it on Amazon Prime, and people go in the shop and just sell all of the comics, their figures, and all sorts. It's a great watch. The other pound book I'm going to show you from the gaming shop is this one. This is Future State. This is Teen Titans, issue number 2. Now, it's a minor key in the fact that it is the second cameo appearance of the Titans Academy. This book was really hot when it first came out. Now, the Future State Teen Titans lineup is Nightwing and Raven, Crush, Shazam, Starfire, Psybeast, Red X, and Red Arrow. Of course, the Red X character was pure fire back in the day. But this is the variant cover art by Dustin Nguyen featuring that character, Red X. Around about a £12 book again for a quid, no brainer. Okay, so I headed over to Bristol. And I hit up my favourite shop. I went to 2 shops. Area 51 and Excelsior Comics. And in Area 51, I was in there 2-3 hours digging through. They got a few new books in, which is always nice. I hadn't been there for a while. And these books are either 50 pence or £1.50. Now, this shop is one of those ones that often puts stickers on the book. And it's infuriating, but that's how they roll. But these books I picked up did not. They were on either on the bag or they didn't have a sticker at all. Other than this one. For 50p, I picked up a graphic novel to start with. This is Marvel Chillers, The Pride and Terror of the X-Men. It's not in the high grade, but a graphic novel for 50p, I know I can get a couple of quid out of it. You see the sticker on the front cover. And then for £1.50, when you get two big franchises crossing over, it's always a winner. And this one again is around about a £10 to a £15 book, believe it or not. I paid £1.50. Dark Horse Comics again. This is RoboCop versus Terminator. They had the entire run there. I should have perhaps picked them up, but I picked up so many books. My box was overflowing. But yeah, I might even give that one a read. I like a good crossover. And then I noticed this one. I watched the Marvels film a little while ago. Oh my days, the MCU is probably that's the worst MCU film I've seen. I think the Marvels. I just didn't see the point in the movie. They depowered Captain Marvel, and you know I'm all for a female-led movie, but you know Captain Marvel. It should be maybe Captain Marvel 2, but they put Miss Marvel and Monica Rambeau. It just didn't work. And there was a singing planet, and it was a 5 out of 10 for me. Well, here is a photo cover when it comes to Captain Marvel. This is Captain Marvel issue number 3. I believe this is from 2019, and this book is going for silly money online. Around about a £20 to a £30 book you can get this for £1.50. I had to snag it. I guess people are snagging them to get them signed by the actress Brie Larson, but who knows how much longer she'll be in the MCU, because she is not well liked apparently by her fellow actors. Yeah, so it's all the Marvels. But yeah, the other day, a couple of days ago, I watched Aquaman 2, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. For me, it's the best film I've seen for a while. With a tinge of sadness. It's not for everyone, I know. But it's the end of the Snyderverse, as I call it, and we get in the new James Gunn. But yeah, if you get a chance to watch Aquaman 2, action-packed, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay, another book here. I believe this one was 50p. It's from 1987. And again, this is around about a £20 book. This is the all-new, from Archie series, Betty and Veronica, issue number 1. Yeah. And a couple of Archie books there. But I noticed this is the most valuable. Snag that, list that, make a few bucks. Because Archie books are pretty scarce over here. And yeah, I know it's got an audience. So then, for 50p a piece, again, these are £10 to £15 books. From the very first volume of Ghost Rider, I picked up Ghost Rider issue 15. What a fantastic Bronze Age cover. Solid book, 50p. And of course, we are going to be getting Ghost Rider at some point in the MCU. I've been hearing, I can't remember the name of the guy, but he plays Daryl Dixon, doesn't he, in Walking Dead. Oh, is it Norman Reedus? He's been lined up to play Ghost Rider, but is he a big enough name? You know, there was also talk of Nicolas Cage perhaps to come in back. Keanu Reeves lined up. Who knows? But to go with issue 15, I also found from the first volume, issue 58. Nice condition books. 50p. No brainer. And then some keys. Now, I don't know how many of you know about this one, but of course, in Avengers Infinity War, we got an overweight Thor. Well, this is the issue where you first get to see an overweight Thor. This is Guardians of the Galaxy issue 41 for those not in the know. And right at the back of the book, yep, there we go. Boom. Overweight Thor. Of course, he lost it, all that weight. He went back into training for Thor Love and Thunder. But a nice, fun little minor key, I think. £1.50 for that one. We are getting, of course, a Superman Legacy movie, and The Authority are going to play a large part in that. I sold a copy of The Authority the other day for 30 odd quid, I think. It's nice when you find it for £1, isn't it? But I had to pick this one up. Superman Authority, issue number 1. Around about a £7-8 book. Money to be made. And then I keep finding this one. I actually paid about, what did I pay? 7 or 8 quid for a copy of this when I was at a con when the news broke that we were getting Avengers Secret Wars. Now I keep finding them for £1. Here we go. Secret Wars, issue number 1 from 2015. Now this is the premiere issue of a 9-issue series, where it was the incursion of the main Marvel 616 universe and the Ultimate Universe collide. And the first incursion occurs actually in Avengers 33 from 2015. Now, of course, the Secret Wars movie will conclude the Phase 6 of the MCU. And it's got to be an upgrade on the Marvels. It's got to be. And then I found some new Avengers books, and they all always go for a few quid, don't they? First up, I picked up another copy of New Avengers issue 35 and a fantastic Venomized cover of from the artist Lionel Francis Yu. £1.50 for that. About a £6-7 book. And then I found another copy of New Avengers issue 40. This one was really hot around the time of the Secret Invasion show. But yeah, it's cooled down, but it's still worth more than £1.50. This is the first appearance of Ferengi, a Skrull Queen. Like I said, she was rumoured for the show, never materialised. But the Skrulls aren't going anywhere, I don't think. We'll see more of them. Who knows? And then I've picked up another copy of this one. New Avengers issue 53. This is where Brother Voodoo becomes the Sorcerer Supreme. So, yeah, money to be made off these ones. I've made money in the past. This and issue 40 on a good day will go upwards of £10. And then I found a beater copy. It's not high grade. It's around about it's got a bit of a tear on the back cover, but this book can go for some nice coins. This is West Coast Avengers issue number 1. This is the first appearance of the West Coast Avengers, and they are getting rumours that they may appear actually in the Wonder Man TV show. The first West Coast Avengers lineup was Hawkeye, Iron Man, who was actually the Rhodes version of Iron Man, Wonder Man, Mockingbird, and Tigra. As you can see, it's got a tear on the back cover there, but £1.50. I'll make money off that. 1984, I believe. And then for £1.50, I found another copy of this one, The Mighty Avengers issue 13. And this is always a nice little key to find. Yeah, Mighty Avengers issue 13. This is from 2008. And this is the first team appearance of the Secret Warriors. Nick Fury, Phobos, Slingshot, Quake, Stonewall, Hellfire, and Druid. It's the first appearance of Stonewall, son of the Absorbing Man. First appearance of Druid, son of Dr. Druid. First appearance of Hellfire, the descender of the Phantom Rider. We've got even more. It's got the first appearance of Yo-Yo Rodriguez, aka Slingshot, who played a part in the live-action Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. And its cover art inspired by Avengers 16 from the first volume, a book that I own. Good book to have. Keep finding that one. Always make coin off of that. And then for 50p, I found this one. Alpha Flight, issue 51. We all know what that is. first full interior artwork by Jim Lee at Marvel. Now, Lee actually provided an illustration for the official handbook of the Marvel Universe, Book of the Dead Deluxe Edition, in August of 1987. And prior to the aforementioned issues, Jim Lee inked Solson Christmas special featuring a Samurai Santa, issue 1, and that was from December of 1986. A book I've seen at a couple of cons. But this is a £20 book on a good day for 50p. Nice book, nice presenting book too. That will be for sale. A lot of these books will be for sale. I'm actually running through the books first that are going to be for sale. And then moving on with that one, we've got a Green Lantern book. And this is Green Lantern issue 43 from 2009. Now, this is the issue where Black Hand becomes the Black Lantern. It is the prologue to the Blackest Night story arc. And again, around about a £20 book on a good day. 50p. As I was leaving the shop, I hit a little box that was by the front door of Area 51. And I found this one, believe it or not, for £3. I sold one a little while ago for 20 odd. This is Vision and the Scarlet Witch, issue number 12. This is the issue where Scarlet Witch gives birth to her twin sons, and that is, of course, Tommy Shepherd as a baby, who later becomes Speed, and Billy Kaplan, who later becomes Wiccan. We've seen them in the MCU. I feel we will see them again, probably in a Young Avengers iteration. But again, I'll make £20 plus on that one. I've listed it, I think, for 30 quid, and I've already got a watcher. So let's get into some books that I'm going to be keeping. It's nothing crazy from the shop. But first up, I picked up The True Believers. And I don't pick up reprints, really, but this is Amazing Fantasy True Believers. Of course, reprint of Spider-Man's first appearance in Amazing Fantasy issue 15. And this one is actually a book that now goes over 10 quid. I have a few of the reprints. One day I'll get the original. And then that was £1.50. Another £1.50 book. This is Teen Titans issue 39. Now this is the first full appearance of Miss Martian, Ghana M. Ross, who appeared in the Supergirl TV show. She's been in various animated forms. I think we'll see her at some point in James Gunn's universe. It's also the first full appearance of Bombshell. It was Amy Sue Allen, woman who underwent the same experiments as Captain Atom, thus has similar quantum powers. Not an expensive book, around about a £5, but £1.50, yeah. Of course, I have the first appearance of Miss Martian already. And then I had a beat-up copy of this one, so I've upgraded. I am a big Flash fan. I've got a whole long box of Flash keys. This is a character that appeared in the Arrowverse in the Flash TV show. This is Flash issue 9 from the 1987 run. This is the first appearance of Chunk, Chester P. Runk, that appeared in the show. But in the comics, he was a massive man with mysterious cosmic powers. Nice presenting book. Moving on. And for another £1.50, I picked up Mighty Thor, issue 378. Now, this is the debut of Thor armor that was served to protect his body after a curse from Hela made him extremely fragile. And around about a £15 book on a good day, that one. High grade. And I picked up a major Spider-Man villain's first appearance a little while ago. I paid £200 for the first appearance of Craven the Hunter. And still to this day, one of my favourite books in my collection now. Got it for a steal, I think. We're getting a Craven the Hunter movie. I picked this one up. Marvel Tales, issue 153. I would like to get my Craven book graded at some point, so I will keep this one as a reader. Of course, this reprints Amazing Spider-Man issue 15. They had a few Marvel Tales books there. Kind of wish I picked up a few more for a read. Because they were like first Molten Man there and a few other bits and pieces. Picked up another copy of this one. I'm sure we're going to get to see this Canadian team at some point. This is Alpha Flight, issue number 2. This is the first appearance of Master of the World, who is a human that is 40,000 years old. It's also the first appearance of the Alpha Flight Omnijet, and I feel certain we will see that if we see the Alpha Flight. First appearance of the second Boxer, who is Jerome Jackson. First appearance of Chief Inspector Hamilton. Yeah, bang for your buck. The death of Puck in this issue as well. It was Eugene Judd. 50p for a nice high grade book. And then this one's not in the highest of grade, but it is an extremely hard version of this book to find. It is Excalibur, the special edition. This is the first appearance of the Excalibur team. It was Captain Britain, Megan, Rachel Summers as Phoenix, Kitty Pryde, Lockheed, and Nightcrawler. Now there are 2 first print versions of this book, and this version is more scarce, and it doesn't display a price on the cover. As you can see up there, it's got a number, and that number is 02711. Now I have the other version of the first print that is actually signed by the artist in the interior, but yeah, that one shows a $3.25 price point on the front cover of the books. It's also the first appearance of Body Bag, China Doll, Joy Boy, Scatterbrain, TechNet, and the Warwolves team. But this is a hard one to find. It's known as a newsstand because there is a newsstand barcode on the back cover. 50p. Really hard book to find. And just to show you that I had the other version, as you can see, $3.25. And then for 50p, I've always wanted this book, but I was never going to pay more than £1 for it. 50p is fine. This is Cloak and Dagger, issue number 1. First solo title Cloak and Dagger series. First appearance of the detective Bridget O'Reilly, who later became Mayhem. Now we have Mayhem's, the first appearance of Mayhem, and that character appeared in the Cloak and Dagger TV show. So it's worth picking up, I think. It's also the first appearance of Father Delgado, who was also in the Cloak and Dagger show. So 50p, yeah, it's come down in price, but a nice high grade book, can't go wrong. Around about a £7 book, that one. And then for £1.50, I upgraded my copy of Captain America, issue 333. The first appearance of John Walker as the 4th Captain America, who formerly was Super Patriot. And of course we saw that in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show. John Walker will be returning in the Thunderbolts movie, which I'm excited for. It's also the first full appearance of the Commission. It was Valerie Cooper, Henry Peter Girich, Mr. Yates, Mr. Mathers, and General Hayworth. Death of Warhead as well. £1.50. Again, £20 book, probably. And then, like I said, those were my pickups from Area 51. I think I did very well at 50p to £1.50. I then headed over to Excelsior Comics and I picked up some My Lights and current bags and boards. Because you try buying current boards online and they're a crazy price. But I got them for about a tenner. I remember back in the day they were about £6 though. For £2 I picked up another copy of this one. This is from Mark Millar and Linnell Yu. Super Crooks, issue number 1. I believe this was an animated series on Netflix at some point. I sold the 4 issues of it. A little run, a little while ago for about £20. There's money to be made off this issue, believe me. And then, of course, we're getting Deadpool 3, and there are various iterations of Deadpool and his family members. And this one is rumoured to be appearing in the Deadpool 3 movie. I paid £3.50 for it. I wasn't going to pay more than that. This is Deadpool issue 19. Why is this a key? Well, this is the first cameo appearance of Ellie Camacho, the daughter of Deadpool. And yeah, rumoured for the show. Time will, for the movie rather, time will tell, but I'm very excited for that movie. Anytime we get Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman together, you're in for a good, fun time, I believe. So, then I saw they were selling packs, runs of comics, and it's an issue I've already had, but I've upgraded my copy of issue 1. But along with issue 1, I now picked up the entire run for £20. It works out around about £3.33 a book. What did I pick up for £20 in Excelsior Comics Limited? I picked up the run of the Hood. Yeah, the Hood. The first appearance and origin of the Hood, Parker Robbins, who was going to be a main player in the Ironheart TV show, which has already been filmed, I believe. It's also the first appearance of John King, the cousin of Parker Robbins. Again, a character that is going to be in the Ironheart TV show. And John King becomes the third iteration of the Cancer. So, yeah, a great book. On eBay, they're selling for, issue 1 alone is selling for about 35 quid. So 20 quid for the entire run. There's issue 1. And we have issue 2. This is a scarce one. Issue 3. I've only ever found one other copy in all my time of hunting this book. Issue 4. Issue 5. And the final issue, issue number 6. Great pickup, I think. Yeah, I expect to at least double my money on that, especially as Ironheart approaches. I'm not a fan of the Ironheart character. I hated the character actually in the Wakanda Forever movie, which I thought was really disappointing, but time will tell. So the final book I'm going to show you guys was a Christmas present from my mother, and she couldn't believe I paid all that money for that. Well, yeah, because I collect Silver Age key issues, and this is a nice one. Nice high grade presenting book. What grade would I put it? Around about in the 7 range. This is, my mum actually ended up paying £44.18 for this one. This is the Incredible Hulk, issue 105. And this is a pretty expensive book actually, because this is the first appearance and origin of the missing link, Lincoln Brickford. I saw a lower grade copy of this in Out of This World in Worcester for around about 40. And this is one of the more expensive books when it comes to the Hulk run from 102. So delighted to add that to the PC, guys. And that's it. That's a wrap. Like I say, guys, sorry for the lack of content. There will be a lot more coming going forwards. Like I say, I've got books everywhere. You know how I roll. But thanks, and I'll be back soon. Thanks for your continued support. Bye.